Hello. This is Elton, and just so that we can all put faces to names, he's going to be the fiend that you'll probably hear squeaking around and meowing in the background, completely ruining my filming. So, yeah. Hello, people of the internet. Hello. Oh. He's so cute. Yeah. So today's episode is all about interviews. So I'm coming to a time in my life where, for one reason or another, I'm having to go through a lot of interviews. However, this means that I have a lot of experience with interviews, given the type of people that interview you. Now, sometimes these people are wonderful and amazing, and they literally make you leave the interview room like loving yourself and feeling that you've done really, really well. Other times, they just complete bastards. And they make you want to question your sanity, your life, the clothes you're wearing, basically everything since you were born. Maybe even your rights to be on the earth. So when you go for an interview, you generally fall into one of two types of people. You have person A, and this person is just so shit hot about themselves. They're so like full of confidence and they're really, really good at selling themselves. And I don't mean their bodies. I just mean that they're really, really good at bigging themselves up. They've done their research. They know the job criteria. They know the type of person the employer wants to employ. They know everything about the job, and they just go in there and they just kick complete ass. Basically, when this person walks out of their interview, the interviewers are sat there thinking, I need that person in my company. Now, type B, I don't know, type B is not necessarily any worse at their job, but they just don't have that same kind of wow factor. They're the type of person that they can research everything about the interviewer, about the job role, about the type of people the person is looking for, about the type of person they need to be for the role, everything. They can know their shit. But then they walk into the interview room and they just completely fall to pieces. I am person B. Literally, I revise for weeks and weeks about the job, the team, the course, the type of people they want me to be, the type of people I think I am, the type of people I think they are, the type of place I'm going to be working in, even the types of questions that they might ask me. And I prepare myself a kind of a mental list, and I rehearse this list so that anything they ask me, I can just be like, bam, I know the answer to your question. Take that. Then I go in, sit down, and they ask me the worst possible question. So tell us about yourself. And suddenly everything I have learned and prepared and done throughout my entire life, from the moment I was born until now, has just evacuated my head faster than I would evacuate a burning building. Like literally, it's just gone. Poof. It's not there anymore. It's just like... You know, like on Harry Potter, with the whole wand and the memories? Like, yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye memories. And it's just such a terrible question as well. Like, what exactly do you want to know about me? I've spent 22 short years on this planet. Do you honestly want 22 years worth of information in approximately 5 minutes? Or do you just want the relevant information that I might be able to bring to the job role? You could have rephrased the damn question. You could have said, so tell us what made you choose this career. Or tell me all about your relevant experiences. Or even ask me what I had for breakfast, if that's what you really want to know. Or where do I go shopping? Or my opinion on the new Hunger Games movie. Or what my cat's name is. So we've already established it's Elton. Because remember, interviewers, there's no such thing as a stupid question. And then all the information that had evacuated my brain decides that actually my brain's not such a bad place to be, and just floods back in. And that's when the verbal diarrhea hits. And when I say verbal diarrhea, I literally mean and you try and regain control of your entire mouth and your tongue, but just attempts obviously are futile. Every thought you ever had in your brain all just kind of tries to escape all in one go. And once you get over looking like you've completely lost all control of your mouth, it turns into disjointed sentences that you start to make a point, then halfway through making that point you decide that there's actually a better point that you could have made, so you abandon the first point for your so-thought better point. Can you give us an example of a time when you showed compassion? Yeah, I mean, I've been in several situations where, you know, I've had to reassure people. Well, I'll give you an example. There was this one time when I was dealing with a man, was kind of like over there, and my first thought was like, I don't really know what's going on. Oh, and then there was this other time when yeah. Sorry, what was the question again? Don't do this! Because it makes you look dumb. Then there's always that one question that you genuinely have no idea about what they're actually trying to ask you. So then you have to ask them about 4 questions to actually try and find out what it is they want you to say. And what values do you think you'll need for the role? What's a value? Well, like Tesco value. No. For example, what roles do you think you'll be carrying out? I'm not sure that's the same thing as a value though. What do you imagine you'll be doing out on placement? Well, that's a different question. You said what will my values be? Values mean when you get a good deal. Do you think people in hospitals get a good deal? But they charge £3 for a bottle of Coke because they know that if you attempt to run to the nearest shop and buy one, you'll probably rupture some major surgery or have a heart attack. And then suddenly I'm wondering who's interviewing who here? And this all brings me on to my next point, which is types of interviewers. Some interviewers are uber nice and you just want to kiss them because they're so nice and they make you feel so good about yourself because they really have a natural talent for making this potentially deadly situation a lot nicer. Then there are interviewers that make you feel slightly underqualified / inadequate.
Hello, my name is Professor Igli Hong Wong Jingjang Hong and I graduated from Hagen University in 1482. I'm very experienced in field I need to be experienced in. What can you bring to this role?
I'll be an undergrad. These people also make you question everything about yourself. Then there are the firing lines. Now, these people sit in a row, usually with their back against a wall, in groups of about 2 or 3, so that they look more intimidating. And they literally just fire questions at you. Why do you want to become a scientist?
It's not the grades, is it?
What was the definitive moment in your life that made you choose this career path?
Oh, what is it that drives you?
What? Is it because we're better than everywhere else? Where do you shop? What, for clothes or? Why did you decide to get up this morning? When you brush your teeth of a morning, do you go side to side or up and down? There's no escaping it. The latter are complete bastards. And what makes it worse is the minute you leave the room, they probably just all burst out laughing, like, haha, did you see how shit scared she was? And then just as you think you've finished the interview, they ask you one more question. And do you have any questions? And what do you think happens now? Yep, brain fart. And you feel like your life's biggest failure. And the whole thing starts full circle.